I am Hakim. Esley, that's my stage name. I've been with SVS since 2024. I started with a short film called The Knee Touch that went to Mammoth Film Festival. And we went out there and saw a whole lot of stuff. And I've been with them ever since. I've been in 3 additional films since then. Even though I didn't see the final cut of one of them, I got to see if I'm still in that. We'll see. That's a conversation for later. But anyways, I believe I've been in 3 additional films after that, and they're all in this upcoming season. So, yeah.
Awesome. I feel like I'm sitting here talking to a baby, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
But my name is Antonia Odom. My stage name is Antonia McManus, which is also just my maiden name. Mm-hmm. I started off with SVS in Miles, 2015, mm-hmm. in College Life Atlanta. Okay. And don't ask me to name off all of the things that I've been in with mm-hmm. the SVS. Yeah. But I think that everyone's favorite probably was In the Moment, where I played Joya. Mm-hmm. And that's actually probably the best, like the funnest one I've done so far.
Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Okay. Yeah.
That's good. Cool. All right. Well, let's take a look at these questions here.
Alrighty. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I could too. Okay. So the first question is, what do you think has been your main struggle with pursuing this career?
I'm going to have to say that family work balance is probably the hardest thing with pursuing acting, especially where I live. I say about an hour away from like downtown Atlanta, you know, and that's primarily where everything is like taking place. So just like that drive here, drive back, and then like my kids are so used to, because I do social media full-time, influencer / creator, me and my wife. And they're used to us being home, you know? And so like now everything is like kind of taking off with the like the exposure on social media and with acting. So it's like, oh, dad's got a job that requires more, you know, hours of work than usual, you know?
Yeah. I can certainly relate to that. Like when I first started, I was brand new and having kids. I didn't have a husband. And now 10 years later, I have 2 kids and a husband. So it's a juggling act. But honestly, I feel like any profession you would, you know, have to deal with that, you know, having kids and everything. But in particular, acting or being in the entertainment industry, because it's very time consuming at times. Like you could be on set for hours and hours at a time. That part, maybe not having access to your phone. So yeah, that's definitely a struggle.
Yeah, that part. Yeah. It's just the shooting times, because you know you'll get there. Like overnight shoots, you're not there to tuck them in, and you're not there to put them on the bus. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, where's dad at? It almost looks like I'm on vacation or whatever, but I'm working very hard. And then with some films, I would want to say majority of the films I'm in, they cannot see those movies. Oh yeah, especially SVS films for the most part. They have not. They saw the short that I was in, but like, you know, still like a couple parts. They're like, oh, dad, like, you know. So yeah. No, well, I wasn't doing anything.
And you have to also remind people like this is just a character I'm playing.
Right.
Like I remember being in certain shorts, and people then coming up to me later and saying, "Oh, you're nothing like." What I saw, I'm like, it's a character. It's a character.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right, just keep on digging on these cards. It's just one. What was your introduction to SVS? How did you hear about it?
So my introduction was looking for work. I'd been in acting classes for about a year, and I felt like it was time to use my skills. So I looked on an internet post. I saw where SVS Productions was holding a casting call. And I auditioned. And also after the audition, I started looking up the work that he did before. And the first thing that popped up was College Life. And when I tell you, I fell in love with that feature. I was like, man, I really want to be a part of that. Even if I don't get the part that I auditioned for, I still want to be involved because I believe in what you do. Like, this is really cool. So that's how I first started.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I started, it was just weird. I would say it was like divine intervention. I always say that, and me and Miles always talk about it. But I was on set for Captain America doing background, and I was sitting next to somebody. I do social media full time, so one of the makeup artists came up to me and was just like, "Hey, like I love you and your wife. I see you on social media and stuff." And after she left, all that background people were like, "Okay, who are you? What do you do?" or whatever, blah blah blah. And it was this one guy. His name was Edmund, and shout out to Edmund. He was like, "Okay, well, what else are you trying to do?" I was like, "Well, I write a lot, so I'm really trying to like get some of my work and put it into production." He was like, "I'm in this writers group, man. You know, you should join it." And one thing led to another. I'm in the writers group. They had like one in-person link up or whatever to meet up and just like, you know, socialize and stuff. And I went to it, and Miles was there. He was right there, very nonchalant.
Yeah.
But that was the only person I really talked to because, you know, like the theater world, like everybody's kind of like, the personalities are very exuberant.
You find a lot of personalities. And
but I'm like, they would call it introverted. I'm more so like just trying to feel everybody else, see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But Miles was like, "Yeah, what do you do?" "Oh, okay. Well, I just got done finishing, you know, these movies that I did or whatever." So he was like, "If you need some help on your films, let me know." But where I come from, they always say that. And nobody's doing anything or whatever. But then fast forward, he dropped 3 films back to back to back, and they went viral. And I'm like,
yes,
what's going on? And then he disappeared, and I'm like,
man.
yeah,
the man.
So, he went on his sabbatical from social media or whatever. I was trying to track him down. Then he got back on there. I'm like, okay, next time you do something, like let me know or whatever. And then the next time was the short.
Yeah.
And ever since then, talk to this man every day.
Yes, so. Child. Sometimes Miles goes on these sabbaticals, and I'm like, let me check on him. I haven't heard, but I know he's probably writing and like putting his everything into what he's about to do next, because he gonna drop some like heat. So just give him a little bit of time to cook. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next question. All right, next question. Did you audition for an SVS film, and how was your audition experience?
I think I was a little spoiled that way. I don't think I've ever auditioned for a SVS film. For the short that we did, I know he hit me up and was like, "I got this part I want you to play. You know, I can see you doing the part." And then that was it. And then really took that. I take all of them very seriously. But that one, I was like, "Oh, this is my debut. This is my SVS debut. Let me make sure I'm doing my thing or whatever." So that's when I met everybody that I saw in the films. But no, I don't think after that. I was supposed to audition for one part for the next film, but then I think I ended up tearing my Achilles.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I think I only auditioned for him like one time. And then after that, he was like, just called me up. "Hey, I want you to do something for me." And it's always, "I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it."
Kind of get a feel for you.
Yeah. So, you know, I think Miles just kind of uses you where he sees fit. Like, I have you in mind for this character, and I want you to play it. So I am thankful for that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's once you get your team and you can kind of like gauge their levels, or like I think sometimes directors and writers, they'll start to write kind of according to your strength, you know? And I think that's the one thing they don't talk about in the film world a whole lot. Like, you got Adam Sandler, you got like Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I think that's more effective that way
do too,
than to be working with new people all the time.
But also you do want to give a chance to like the newcomers. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But cool. Right. Next one.
What's it like being directed by Miles for you?
I would say comfortable. Like, I've worked with other people on sets, and I've felt more comfortable with Miles than a lot of people. And I think that has a lot to do with like his nonchalantness. Is that a word? Nonchalantness.
Nonchalanta.
I don't know, but you know, he has a way of making everyone feel comfortable and making you feel confident in what you're doing, because it can be kind of nerve-wracking when like the cameras start, and I don't know, sometimes you just get amnesia, like, oh, what was I about to say, or you did a line or something, and there's always someone there to like help you out, and it's almost like a family when you're like with the cast and the crew. And again, like he uses the same people over and over. Like if he likes you, you're going to be in multiple films or multiple shorts. And so you kind of get used to working with those same people. So I think that, being comfortable with him and, you know, really feeling confident in your ability.
Absolutely.
With him.
Yeah. I would agree.
And he lets you kind of like freestyle.
Play. Yeah.
And because I've also been in films where you didn't really have that much freedom to like make the character your own. Yeah. So he encourages that, which is what I appreciate.
Right. Yeah. And I was going to say that too. Just lets you fly. If you go too far off to the left, like bring it back in. I think that makes for a good director. But also, I just like seeing him in action. You know what I'm saying? Just like in his element. You know what I'm saying, so to speak.
And the passion.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It makes you believe in it as well.
Right. Just the movement. I would say. I like the whole production aspect of anything. How everything comes together behind the scenes. Behind the camera, you know what I'm saying? The writing process. Eventually, I'm going to see how he writes those films. How he edits, like all that stuff, you know, because I'm a student in the game at the end of the day, you know. But I like the process. I think he makes it very simple.
Yeah.
And
I would say,
process,
I would say, like, if I were to pick my favorite part of, like, a production, it would be, like, the table read. Because that's your first time, like, actually seeing how everything's going to flow, the story, who you're going to be, you know, working with. So I think that's interesting. But I'm also an avid reader, so that's probably why.
Oh, probably.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yep, it's
my
your
turn.
turn.
Okay. We're so deep in conversation. I don't even know where we at.
It's all right.
Okay. Any set stories or specific times you remember on an SVS set that would be cool to share?
I don't know. I would say the most recent one would be the film that's coming out. Can I say the film name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did you sign an NDA?
I did, but I don't know if we dropped the title yet. But we did. Die With You. On that set, it was just this one scene, man, that I was like just really like I had to keep on running it back. You know what I'm saying? Just because like it wasn't like the lines or anything like that. I think it was just like the lines and the emotion had to coincide with one another. And so like if I felt like I was giving one of the other, like it wasn't the proper balance or whatever. That's just a moment that's stuck in my head or whatever, because I've been really challenging myself to like really dive into characters that are not me, that don't really coincide with me.
Yeah.
And just getting lost in those characters in a way where it's just like the lines, the movements and everything is second nature. And I felt like I was creeping fully into that on that scene. So by the time it was like, I think it was probably like 6 or it was probably the 8th take or whatever. I like threw my phone and everything. Then that last take, I was like, okay, that's it. You know, so that's the one that kind of stuck out in my head. Moment on set. But all the other stuff they say about like what happens on set and stuff, like with the parties after hours and stuff like that, and the you know, NDAs with those, because the parties have their own NDAs. I don't know. I don't have any stories about that. So.
Oh, okay. I would have to say my favorite moment. Gosh, I mean, I always have a good time on like all the sets. So
yeah.
I mean, honestly, the whole experience of playing Joya was really fun for me. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with that character. And don't laugh at me. I had like a brain fart during this one scene where I had to deliver lines in front of the classroom, and I kept messing up on the name, Mr. Mark. Then I would turn around and I would mess up another word or something, and Miles was like, cut. And he came up to me, he said, Tony, what are you doing? Girl, get together. You are out here embarrassing me. And I said, okay, I need to get it together for real, because Miles is about to kick me off this set. So that was something that was like really funny for me, and I remember that. And I was like, I need to get my shit together. Yeah. Get it together, Tony.
Man, yeah, I think I'm a method actor, so I have to stay in it completely.
Meisner?
No.
Oh, I love me some Meisner.
No, not that. I mean, it's just like I think it comes from my theater background because before I moved there, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And there's nothing but live theater to do out there. So I had like, I want to say like 10 years of live theater experience before I came out here. And so you got to stay in it when you're in theater. You got to know your lines. Yeah, you got to like hit it, you know? And so when you get backstage, like, I don't know, it's like the same thing I have, like the same type of, routine or whatever when I'm doing theater. It's just like, not talking to nobody backstage, like, you know, as soon as I hit the stage or whatever, this is the situation, this was happening. So I did a lot of that. I think that's made for the best effectiveness of it. But I can't remember a lot of stuff that happens like when we cut or whatever because I'm in character.
Right. And I think like theater could be like one of the strongest backgrounds an actor can have because again, you have to stay sharp. Not only do you need to know your lines, but you need to know everybody else's lines too. Because if they mess up, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. It's not like where you can, you know, say cut if it's a film. It's live. Yeah. So I've done theater as well.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part about film for me. Yeah. You know, the cut. That is like the. Yeah. No, let's keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when you cut, it's like, okay, do I take a break from my character? Yeah. Or do I, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I a normal person now? Like, it's just that switch back and forth. So I have to stay in it. But.
Yeah, different training. Yeah. Yeah. For certainly.
Is this my card? Mine?
I think that's your
card. What do you think it takes to do something consistently for 15 years? No plan B.
No plan B.
Oh. It's you. You have to answer. I'm sorry, but that is.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was part of the question. But you go. Definitely motivation. Yeah. And grit. Yeah. You know, we talk about the industry, but there are so many people that are like just putting their everything behind their projects. And I respect people for that because, like, you know, we talked about the balance of everything and having kids and, you know, having other responsibilities. Yeah. There are people out here that's like, they don't have a plan B. This is what they want to do with their life. This is their life goal. Yeah. So it definitely takes lots of motivation, lots of grit. And sometimes it could take, like, a support system, too. And you have to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, that have the same goals, who believe in what you believe in. Yeah. That's a big part of being successful in this. And I think, and this is something we were talking about outside too, is that we also need to value community. And you know, because the Atlanta acting community is small too. So, you know, show up for people and they'll show up for you, and let's just support one another.
That's so big. Because, you know, I don't know if it's a hometown thing with a lot of people, but a lot of people move out of their hometowns to find that community. You got to find your people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes you'll be in your hometown trying to operate in a specific element, and they'll be like, oh, well, that's Hakim. That's just Hakim from 18th and Capitol. Like, yeah, he act. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to act, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, show up. But to do it consistently for 15 years, I mean, you do have to have the passion there. But for me, it's just like that plan B cannot be present at all. Like, it's just really like playing it safe, and you can't play it safe. Like, I can't I can't be all in and just, you know, say, you know, if this doesn't work out, I'll just go do this. Like, I've tried that before. Then you get to the top of that ladder so fast, and you're just like, I don't want to be here. You know? Yeah, it's definitely hunger, and when there is no plan B, you know, you got to be more hungry for it. Like, you got everything on it. Yeah, everything's on the line. Yeah. So I think that's, you know, the grit. That's where the grit comes in. Yeah. Gotta fight for the dream. Fight for the dream. Yeah, that's a little something I thought of like 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Yeah, like 10. I think it was like 2010 I started saying that. Fight for the dream. Yeah. Because now, you know, you can't chase your dream.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, watch scenes from each other. After you watch each scene, just talking to them about asking questions or anything that comes to mind. Okay. And this is my take, right? This is Antonia. You're watching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All
right.
Whoa, yo, Aaron, where you going?
I'm moving out of this hellhole.
Moving out for what? Why?
Why don't you go ask your little stupid ass girlfriend?
Oh, hold on now. Hey. We'll have to rent this movie. She's gonna pay that, right?
fuck you, fuck that nasty ass food, and fuck your damn break. Now give me my shit.
But Ariel, okay. You too, bitch. Ariel, look, okay, hold on. Before you go, we can work this out. Maybe look, okay. We can raise the toilet seat up. It's already too high anyway. You're right, it's too high. Okay? Or we can cut a hole in the shower so you ain't gotta climb in no more. Or we could put.
All right, everyone. When Mr. Turner, which is what you refer to him as, when he gets in, don't say a word. I'm Joya, his assistant.
Joya.
Shut up.
Joya.
Shut up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so with that first scene,
Yes.
was that bag heavy? Because you were making that bag look extremely heavy, and I feel like it wasn't acting at that point. You were like really trying to get the bag.
That was
in there.
real.
Okay, yeah.
I'm only so big.
Yeah.
I'm 4'9".
Oh.
And that bag was huge. It was heavy.
Yeah, that was
trying to get it. So that was not acting. That was real.
And then also, I noticed that you guys were like the apartments were in the background.
Yes.
So whenever those type of scenes come up, obviously all the background people are real people in their apartments. So were there a couple takes or whatever where like people were like peeking out the blinds or like people like slowing down and looking and like kind of watching or bothering the scene at all? Or
Honestly, while I'm shooting, I'm not even paying attention to that. I'm blocking all of that out, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had fun doing it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of improv in there, which was funny that I didn't even catch until actually I saw it. But yeah, I can't tell you that there was anyone paying attention.
Yeah. Because that's one thing I know in one of the last films we just filmed, we had a park scene. And it was like a lot of like yelling, screaming or whatever. Like a lot of people were like stopping us and whatnot. But I'm not used to that, like shooting out in the field or whatever. Like I said, I'm very like, when it comes to it, like I gotta have like an actual stage closed off, like this room.
Yeah.
If we did a scene in here, knocking it out the park. But like if I gotta be actually in the park, I'll be like.
And I will tell you this: I don't talk like that usually.
Yeah.
So if there was somebody watching, I'm like, "Ooh, please don't do what this not me for real." So like, but no, I didn't see anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
If there was, I hope they enjoyed the show.
I hope so too. Yeah, I hope so, man. But that's it. That's all the questions I have.
Cool. My turn.
Yeah, I don't know what scene she's about to show.
All right.
All right, checking in, make sure you don't need anything else before I call it a night.
Oh, you've done more than enough, bro. And I promise, this is just temporary.
Man, I'm not tripping. I'm just glad I can help. One request. If y'all decide to do the nasty, can I watch?
Yeah.
No
Maybe.
way.
We'll discuss later.
Fantastic. If you need me, I'll be in the next room reading the book.
Hey, cuz, I can't go back to prison. If they catch me again, I'll call you.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to laugh. Okay. So my question is about two scenes. So with the running scene and with the scene where you were just beating the guy down. Yeah, is that the one you were talking about? Like people were looking?
No, that wasn't the one.
No, it was a different one.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Well, my question is like, it looks like you're in a lot of like action type of roles. Do you do any tactical training or do you just kind of?
I have not done any tactical training yet, and that's only because it's very expensive.
It is,
from what I have seen. But I have been in a couple other films or whatever where it was kind of included in my role where I have to do it, but nothing with like any like weapons or anything like that. Like usually there's a stunt coordinator on set when I get there, or I have to go to a session or two before then. Like I think that one of the next movies I'm gonna be in, I have to go to like wrestling training for like 2 months.
Really?
Yeah,
So in the last clip that I saw, were you channeling anyone specific?
Which one? When I was stomping?
Yes.
I don't think I was. I think I was just there. I was just like that. I don't know. I like if you watch the whole film. Mm-hmm. I always try to show like what is it, like levels or whatever, you know. So I think I was trying to like more so play like I'm an innocent man or whatever, and all the way up until they get hit. Like I was trying to play innocent, like man, like I'm just between a rock and a hard place. And then so when it got to the punch or whatever, it's like I'm back in fight mode. You know what I'm saying? So just try to show those levels. That's it.
Do you remember how many times you had to do that scene? Was it a lot?
No, I think it was about twice.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Just twice, yeah.
You did a good job.
It was getting kind of late. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. We shot that. That was the short film. I think it was 23 hours on set. So we shot that whole thing.
And we're talking about like those long days.
Yeah.
You gotta put in that work.
But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So
yeah. And you know when time flies when you're having a good time anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm locked in. I like to not leave any work on the table. Yeah. So whatever we got to do to get the shot and get it done or whatever, I'm locked in. And I feel like when you get like to those late hours and everything, people getting frustrated. It really kinds of,
you can definitely tell the shift in the energy. Yeah. All right, now stop playing.
I dig a little deeper because I feel like that's like. This is what champions are made of, you know. Yeah, so that's
last mile. Like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah, you really get the frustration, especially you got those types of scenes or whatever. You got to dig deep, and it's just like, all right, let's do this. You know, that's when you see the actor really come out.
Oh, for sure.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
and
too.
I hope I get to act with you.
Me too.
And a film that's coming up, you know, your re-debut.
Yeah. I know I'm a little old now, but don't forget about me.
Yeah, Miles, make it happen.
Yeah.
I've been trying to reach new heights.